Hey, what's going on everybody? Hope you're all doing well today. Today we're going to put the i3 Plus Roomba through a test of my full floor plan. This one is the one without the camera, but it does have a bottom sensor that allows it to clean and it's some sort of navigation. It's not as good as the camera, but as you can see in prior videos with this guy, it will follow lines and be smart enough to where it will cover the entire room on its own. So I want to see if it'll do this whole floor plan, and then I want to see at the end if it gives me a map that is at all consistent with like the i7 or the S9 Plus. And then we'll see if this thing is truly worth the money, because it's only $200 less than the i7. Personally, before this test, I'd say step up to the i7, just because you're already spending a good amount of money on a robot. You might as well spend another couple hundred and get something that is even more superior. But I wanted to run this test and see just how well the map is going to be, as well as how well it's going to clean compared to the i7 or S9. So I did a little bit of a mess, just easy mess for it to clean up. Basically some rice, and I put out like 6 jelly beans in random locations. I put out jelly beans because they're a little bit harder for some robots to clean up, because they're a little bit bigger in size, and some robots have issues picking up something that's that big. So right here in the main entryway, we have a little bit of rice. None of this stuff I put down is going to be hard for it to clean up, but I more wanted to see if it's going to, effectively clean my entire area. A little bit of rice here on the carpet with a jelly bean. Same here right next to it on a hard surface. Also wanted to see how well this guy's going to do around a chair leg. So I put some rice around there as well as the jelly bean over there. And then really the only other mess that's kind of important, and always is a mess in your kitchen if you cook a lot, is the mess underneath the cabinets. So as you can see, I put a little bit of rice and a jelly bean way over there. And same with right here. Some rice and a jelly bean. So easy for any robot to clean up, but I want to see if it's going to make its way all the way over here and effectively clean up my entire floor plan. All right, so pretty good sized floor plan for this guy to tackle. I've done a lot of my other robots and they can typically do the whole floor plan without having to come back and recharge, so I'm hoping that's the situation for this guy. Personally, for me, if I'm sitting on a robot while I'm at home, I'd like for it to clean it all in one sitting. I don't want to hear it go back and charge for 2-3 hours and then have it come back out and interrupt, whatever we're doing in the house. So it's important for me, for whatever robot I do keep, to be able to clean up the entire floor plan in one go. All right, this is the first time I've sent this guy out in my house other than the small area test, the stress test. So we'll see how well it does. At the end of this video, I'll let you know what I think, if it's worth saving 200 bucks or if you should just go ahead and splurge and spend a little bit more and get something that's going to be more superior. And then really we could go even further and say, should we do another 200 and get the S9 Plus, which is really, really a good robot overall. We'll see how well it does with that carpet, and then I'll let this guy run and do the whole floor plan, and when it's done, I will come back and we'll go over all those areas, and then I'll show you the map it made, if any, and we'll go from there and decide what we all think about this guy. I actually haven't had any robots so far that I put on that little rug right there have any issues with it, so that's good. This guy seems really kind of fast, doesn't he? I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like it's driving faster than my i7 does. Have you guys noticed that at all? Feels like it's really going quickly over this floor, which is fine as long as it's doing a good job. Alright guys, I expect this to take about an hour and 15 minutes or less. That's about the average most robots do this testing. So I will update you at the end. We'll check out the history and see exactly how long it took, how much battery life is left, as well as the square feet that it claims that it cleaned. So, little issue there, but it corrected itself. Now this time I am going to let it go. If you haven't done already, if you don't mind, please do me a favor. Smash that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be updated with all the other robot vacuum videos I have coming out. Still a ton of them coming out. I got a mopping robot today in the mail I have to test, and that'll be up very soon. I still got plenty of other tests with all my other robots. Alright everybody, I think I'm done with this iRobot i3 Plus on this test. The Roborock S5 can do my entire floor plan in about an hour and 15 minutes and clean extremely well. So the reason why I say I'm done, this thing is still not done trying to map my house. And take a look at how long it's been going. 5 hours and 18 minutes. It's came back, this is the third time now it's come back to dock itself to recharge. And then the other problem I noticed, it's not recharging fully. It's only recharging to about 60% or so, and then coming back out, and then dying a lot quicker, and now it's back yet again. And I've watched this thing go throughout my house, and it's gone over the same area several times. So I'm not sure what the problem is. I don't know if it's just not good for a big floor plan, because it does not have the navigation like the i7 or S9 or any LiDAR-based robot. It just doesn't. So I'm gonna end this. I'm tired of hearing it today, to be honest. 5 hours is enough. This thing should have been done 4 hours ago. So that's extremely disappointing. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I mean, literally, there's robots that can do this floor plan in an hour and 15 minutes, and this is going on 5.5. So it's just, that's ridiculous. Like, that right there is a deal breaker for me. Sure, once it gets it done, it maps it, it's going to be a lot quicker, but it's still not going to be up to par like the i7 or the S9. It just isn't in any way. And for being only a couple $100 cheaper, I think you really need to spend the extra couple hundred and get at least the i7 Plus. It is definitely superior. It's a much better robot overall with the things you can do, especially in the app. Like this thing, yeah, I can't say, you know, go clean my kitchen after a dinner with the family or whatever. The iRobot, the i7 Plus, you can. So, yeah, just very disappointed in that. I'm just not going to waste any more time. I think it's going to go forever. And I just don't understand why it keeps recharging. This is the third time, and yeah, I'm done with it. But however, let's take a look at the mess that I made 5 hours ago. Because it's gone over everything is what seems like 3 times, so it should have a map by now. So let's take a look. Remember I put rice over here? Completely gone, which is a good sign. If you can see, this carpet is, you can kind of tell it's been over it a whole bunch of times. So this carpet's very clean, but I didn't really put anything in here. A little bit of rice and jelly bean I put on this carpet, completely gone. Rice and jelly bean over here on the hard area, completely gone. Around the chair legs, all the rice is gone. I don't see any rice, but it did flicker on the jelly bean, and we'll get to the jelly bean in just a second. And over here underneath the cabinets, it did an excellent job as well. Got up, looks like all the rice and the jelly bean. Looks like you got that one up. Over here as well, all the rice is 100% gone. And I don't see that jelly bean either. So I was gonna say, oh wait, I just kicked it. So there's one of the two. Let's see if, what I was gonna say is, I noticed this guy has major trouble with anything as the size of the jelly bean on the hardwood floor. because it just pushes it around. As soon as it meets carpet, it'll suck it up, or if it's on carpet, it has no issue. But on hard floor, anything of the size jelly bean or bigger, it's just gonna push it around. All right, so as far as the cleaning ability, sure, it was out there for 5 hours, but I figured it would do a good job. So it did a very good job with the cleanup, did good around the chair. I just don't understand why we're on over 5 hours and it's still not done. No map outline at all, no nothing. So kind of disappointed about that. I'm not gonna try this test again because I just don't want to waste another 5 hours of listening to this thing drive around. I really think it would have just kept going over and over again until I stopped it. I don't fully understand what the heck that was. So this test was kind of a fail for the iRobot because the test was more to see how well it does with the large floor plan. And that just shows it just didn't finish the job. There's no way in the world this should take 5 hours. Honestly, it should get it done in the first hour and a half that the battery will last. Worst case scenario, it goes back and charges once. This is the third time it was gonna go out again, and that's when I stopped it. So to conclude this video, would I recommend the i3 Plus? I would say no, only because if you're gonna spend $600 on a robot vacuum, you're already kind of splurging. So go ahead and spend a couple hundred more and buy the i7 Plus. I've had my i7 Plus for over a year, and that thing has been through so many tests, so many stress tests, tests that a robot vacuum should not even be doing, and that thing is still running and working just fine. So I say this i3 Plus is not worth the money. Maybe if it was 500, that way it'd be a $300 difference from the i7, then maybe it'd be worth it, but $200, you gotta splurge and get the i7. And if you can splurge even more, get the S9 Plus, because that's an excellent robot as well. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I will see you in the next one. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. See you.